My name is Abdul Rosli and I was 20 years old. Recently, I was given a task from my lecturer to choose a user group, identify the problem, and brainstorm the possible creative IT solution. So I have decided to choose runners as my user group because I like running and spend some time running to keep my body in shape. There are several problems that me and other runners face during our running. What is the problem and the solution? Come, follow me. I will show you.
As a runner, we want to monitor the current speed or pace while we're running. It is important to maintain the pace and know what is our limit so we can improve average pace from time to time. Next, we don't aware the duration and distance of our running. As a runner, we should have a distance goals and estimated duration that we need to achieve. So, in the next run, maybe we could have the same distance goal but in different duration. Obviously, the main reason we run is to become fit and reduce BMI. So it is important for us to know how many calories burn after we finish our running. The reason to know that is we can plan our calorie intake. Calorie intake should less than calorie burn. By that, we could reduce our body mass index. Lastly, for beginners, most of them don't know how to run in a correct technique. Run with correct technique is important so we can run longer without hurt our leg and knee. Control our breathing is also a fundamental in applying a correct running techniques. The reason to control our breathing is because there are certain heart rate level that we need to maintain during running. So like me, a person who aged 21 years old, the target heart rate is around 100 to 170 beat per minute. The problem is how me or other runners want to monitor their heart rate while running.
Actually, there are several existing IT solutions to solve some of the runners' problem. The solution is smartwatch, running app, and pedometer. What are the differences between these solutions? I will explain to you.
Okay, now I will explain to you about the existing IT solution, which is smartwatch, mobile running app, and pedometer. I will start with smartwatch first. Basic features for smartwatch is step and running tracker, pace, distance and time monitor, heart rate monitor, fitness monitor, and lastly calorie monitor. Next, mobile running app. The basic features for mobile running app is running tracker, pace, distance and time monitor, same as smartwatch, and lastly fitness monitor and calorie monitor. Next, pedometer. Pedometer is the device that count the step based on the movement of the hand. So basic features for the pedometer is count step monitor, speed monitor in kilometer, and lastly distance monitor. So I will explain the advantages of the smartwatch. First, it is small and light, and next it can connect to smartphone, and smartwatch has light and pressure monitor. Next, mobile running app. The advantages of mobile running app is track the running more accurately. You can play music during running and have a longer battery life. Next, the advantages of pedometer is small and light, easy to use, long battery life, and don't need internet access. Next, I will explain the disadvantage for smartwatch. First, this smartwatch is not durable because it is very fragile. Next, smartwatch is has limited battery life. The battery life for smartwatch cannot stay longer. Next, smartwatch has a tiny screen, which is that made it disadvantageous, and smartwatch also sometimes give inaccurate data. Next, the disadvantages of mobile running app is heavy and cannot stable for running. If you hold smartphone while running, it's actually very heavy and not stable for running. And also, mobile running app don't have the heart rate monitor, and when you want to run, mobile running app need internet access for tracking. Next, the disadvantages of pedometer. First, pedometer don't have other function. It only have three function, which is count step monitor, speed monitor, and distance monitor. And pedometer always give inaccurate data because the data pedometer get data based on the movement of the hand or body. And also lastly, pedometer is not durable.
From the problem that I has explained before, actually I want to highlight about how the beginners want to apply the correct technique of running. Let's watch this video about the explanation of correct running technique. Let's go.
Let's now address the specific parts of your body and how they should move. So we're going to start off with the feet and the ankles. When you're walking, you land with a heel strike with your leg out in front of you and your leg nice and straight. But as soon as you start running, the force that's going through your bones and your joints is greatly increased. So you do want to make sure you've got a slight soft knee, so it's a very slight bend in it, and making sure it's not fully extended. And as to where your foot lands on the ground, well, that is eternally open to debate. And it's something that I suggest you experiment with yourself. But having a mid-foot foot plant actually does help with some shock absorption, and it'll also help encourage you to have a better body position. But it goes hand in hand, because as you start running and you start to implement that forward tilt we've already talked about, you'll find it more easy to land with a mid-foot strike as well.
Based on the video before, I decided to brainstorm the idea to make change in the running shoes. So the brainstorm technique that I use is Kodim technique. So in the middle, this is the original existing product, which is running shoes. So I will start with the easiest part, which is I decided to increase the thickness of the shoe sole. So for reducing, I decided to reduce the thickness of the shoe sole. Next, for combine two product, I decided to combine the pedometer and running shoes. I think if the pedometer put into the shoe, I think the data of the pedometer will be more accurately. So for separate existing product, I actually don't have any idea, so I decided only to separate shoe sole from running shoe. This is only for the domestic purpose. So for embed another product into existing product, I decide to embed sport tape into the running shoe at the heel. So if the runner want to use a sport tape, they can only get it from the shoes. So next, for embed existing product into another product, I decide to embed running shoes into the tight. So if you wear a tight, you also wear running shoes. So then next, for add the feature, I decide to add a feature to make a beginner to practice their correct running technique. So in this feature, I add actually the same mechanism. If you already know the same mechanism, same like a kid shoe, which is if you step on the shoe kid, if the kid wear the shoes and running, they will make a sound. The device only put at the heel, so if the runners are running by landing their feet on the heel, the shoes will make a sound and alert the runner. So the runner will change the way they run. So lastly, for remove a features, I decide to remove the tie shoes. So that's my brainstorm idea. From the idea brainstorm before, in the conclusion, I decided to combine a correct running features with embed running shoe into tie. This is my opinion, because when I running, I always wear a tag while running, and sometimes I even lose my tag. So I think it's a bit easier if a running shoes was embedded into the tag. Next, we also can connect a running shoe with a smartwatch. So if the beginners land their foot with the heel while running, it will notify the runners by using a smartwatch. Maybe the smartwatch will vibrate and notify the user they actually run without a correct technique. So runners also can turn off or turn on the running mode at the shoe. So if they normally walk, the smartwatch will not notify them, because when we normally walk, we will land our foot with the heel. So if we normally walk and turn off the running mode, so the runners will not get the notification. So I think my idea will really useful for us runners to apply the correct technique of running. At the end, we can run longer or faster without affect our feet only. So this is my idea how to make a change into the running shoes. So that's all from me. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.